Welcome to this video that will help students in setting up their own Wordpress.com account. This is free and it involves something called content management systems, which we'll talk about during class. The focus of this video is simply to set up a brand new account. I go to Wordpress.com and I come to a screen similar to this one, and I click the orange button that says Get Started here. When I click this, and for those of you who are a little more nervous or more insecure about all of your steps, I want to be sure you understand this. The attempt here is to set up a website address. For example, and I'm going to change this, if my address were Michael12345667, if I wanted that to be my username, and it says it's reserved, but if I wanted that, my site would be called Michael12345667.com, .wordpress.com. I'm going to make up a name that works, and note that as you're typing, WordPress gets a little bit excited and sometimes doesn't let you finish typing it. So for those of you who are very nervous, don't get real excited and upset real easily. Just take your time going through this. I'm going to call mine michael.sisk.ccc, and it says only lowercase letters and numbers are allowed. Just follow the directions. They get to call the shots since we're the guest and they are the host. I'm going to call on Michael Sisk CCC, and it seems very happy with that one because it stayed blue in the background. And I can either pay $17 a year for this, or I can use the free address. So I'm going to choose no thanks and sign up for the free one, because a lot of people are unemployed, don't have finances and all that. For the username, the suggestion is to use the same name, Michael Sisk CCC, as you would up in the blog address. You don't have to do that, but if you want to do that, that will be fine. Alright, I'm going to make up a password, and that password is totally my call. It will give you a suggestion as far as you have to use lowercase and uppercase numbers and characters. I don't know why I said uppercase numbers. I'm trying to do this too quickly. But anyway, you get the idea of how to set up the password. The steps for doing this are also actually quite easy. Just go through it again and type the password for confirming it. Make sure it's the same in both situations. And we need an email address in order for the computer, for WordPress, to know that this is not a robot trying to set a bunch of spam up, but it's a real human being doing this. Now, once you start typing your email address to associate with this new website, again, WordPress gets a little bit excited as you're typing, so you've got to, it doesn't give you time really to complete the typing of the address. It may say something is illegal. So if I start typing the first part of my email address and it says it's not correct, it gets a little bit excited. Now, don't you get excited, just keep on going. I happen to have one at this writing for Kings Mountain High School that I know I haven't used yet, so this is the one I'll use. You will not use my address, you have to use your own. So again, the steps to recall: you make up a name for the blog address right here, whatever you want to call it, and it's a website, a username which can be totally different, and a password which you will confirm in both boxes, and an email address that you'll associate with it. Once you have that done, you'll go down to the bottom of the screen, and again, if you want to pay $99 you can, if not, and you get certain perks with it, but we're not going to do that here because it's just for learning purposes. So we'll choose Create Blog, the orange button. Now, if you get some kind of error like a 666 or something, and it's called 666, just happens to be the number, sorry about the Mark of the Beast concept, that's what they did, then it may be something about the computer just not wanting to set you up initially. It's nothing bad. You can go to another computer probably and be just fine. Once I create this blog or create this website, they call it a blog, I check the email to complete registration. So I'm going to go to the Gmail account that I happen to have, and I'll be pausing the video fast forward in order to do this. And here I am in my Gmail account. I'm logging in with michael.sisk.kmhs. I did this for my Huskins class, and I'm teaching at Kings Mountain on this particular semester. I'll put in my password, and hopefully my email is there from WordPress. And there it is at the very top. It says WordPress.com, activate the account. I'll click on this to open it, and it says howdy to me. Thank you for signing up. And I click the button that says activate blog. As soon as I've done that, hopefully this will come up, and I'm at a place where I can choose a theme or background for my particular WordPress site. You can do that now, or you can do it later. It doesn't make any difference. I'm going to I'm going to go ahead, since it's here, I'll go ahead and choose one for right now. I'm just going to choose the one that says Splendio for right now. No particular reason. And I'll click yes right here just to let you see what it's going to look like. I'm going to choose the, and it will give you information about it. Again, when you're getting something free, and I'll talk about this theme idea in another video, it will tell you how many columns it's got, whether it has a sidebar or not with the links on it, and whether you can customize it. And I can choose this theme. I can change it in the future. It's perfectly okay. This is not a permanent lock by any means. You can change it at any time you want to. And I get in a background. Again, I'll talk about this in a later video. I get in the background that's called the dashboard. Notice in here, I hope you can see this on the video, on the left hand side of the screen I have the little W with the circle around it, which is the logo for WordPress. It's got Michael Sisk CCC, which is the name of my site, the username I gave it. And over here on the far right I've got the same thing, and I can go into either side. I can sign out right here, manage the blog. If I just hover over it, it gives me these various menus. Now if I click on the actual site name Michael Sisk CCC itself, it will take me to what is called the front end. Now this is the site as it is right now. Basically I've done nothing to it but set it up, and I typically will get something here called Hello World, which is a special blog. Now with this site I will be able to add a lot of new features to it. I can have the blog course where I can talk about topics. I can insert a PowerPoint video. I can link or post something from YouTube. I can do pretty much anything I want to with this site. Again, we'll talk about the content management concept later on. But this is enough for this particular video, and if you have any questions, just let me know.